Hey everybody, Jody here, back in Coach's Corner again. Today I have Coach Sydney with the Lady Hawks varsity basketball team. How are you today?
I'm good, Jody. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, you guys coming off a win Monday. But first, before we get into that, let's talk about Friday in the Mooresville game. What were some key takeaways that you've seen on the floor with the girls?
Friday's game, we unfortunately did lose to Mooresville, but it was a very physical game for us. I think it was the most physical we've been all year. They did everything we asked them to do on the court, offensively and defensively. We tried to stop, their best player, but we were physical with them and we made them fight. So I think the girls did everything we asked, and we couldn't be more proud of that team.
Absolutely. You girls play, physical teams all year round. Coach Carruthers, he doesn't shy away from the physicality. But, as a staff, working with these girls, what are some things that you see from them that they could improve on,
I think our biggest thing that we need to improve on is just like our communication. Just whenever times do get hard, just playing together as a team and coming together. And that all comes with trust, over time. These girls, not a lot of them played together over the summer, and a lot of them transferred in, like Havana Thompson and Heaven Thompson, Cass McMasters. They transferred it over the beginning of the school year. So it takes time. So luckily next year and the rest of this season, we'll have that time to build trust. And us as coaches, that's something we try to harp on. That's something they have to build as a team.
Absolutely. A team has to have trust and communication, as you said. But just the Monday game. Dropped 77.
Yes, we did.
How do you feel about that one? What were some takeaways from that game?
We played very good. They couldn't get no better. They did everything we asked them to do. Our biggest thing was our details and plays on defense, trying to limit fouls and everything leading into our next game. That way it's kind of in the back of our mind as a team, like, okay, we played this good against this team, so let's keep going, build on that, and push it towards the next harder team that we're going to play. So everybody did coming off the bench. Aaliyah McElrath, she had 8 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. Heaven Thompson had 10 points. Havana Thompson had, I believe, 13 points. So our biggest thing was just keeping it rolling and just being physical and playing the way we want to play.
Absolutely. So, coming off the 77-point win, and then after that, transitioning into practice, what is the energy like in the practice after like a big scoring win like that?
Details, again, being very detailed. We kind of try not to harp on the last game because it's always next game mentality, next play mentality. So just details, what we seen in that game previous, and then try to put it towards the next game so we're not getting hit with the same things, and we know how to better prepare ourselves. So.
Seeing that, you have a lot of key, contributors on the team, girls coming off the bench, but still putting, value with themselves into the game, How has that really, helped your team, whether it's a win or lose, having these key contributors off the bench go in and impact the game?
They're just as important coming off the bench as if you start the game. It doesn't matter who starts the game. It matters who finishes and what you do in those 2-3 minutes that you play coming off the bench, or if you start the game and you're playing 40 minutes. Everybody is a big key for us because we don't run a big, deep varsity bench. But out of those 9-10 players that we have, every one of them have the capability of being a really good basketball player in the future. So everybody's a real big key component. Whatever we hold our top scorer, rebounder, assist, defensive player, we're going to hold it to the very last person on the bench. So everybody's very important to us as girls on the court and off the court. So everybody's held to
Absolutely.
the same standard.
Absolutely. As you know, this would wrap up our interview. Just having, the game and these girls, as Coach Carruthers, he's very big with the communication, as you said, details and stuff like that. But off the court, you see these girls, every day in school, keeping up with their studies and everything, I'm not shocked or whatever. But off the court, how have these girls, really matured and shaped Decatur Central in a way and impacted it? Because a lot of these, little ones, fourth graders and third graders, they talk about these, girls, like they're true heroes, So how have they impacted Decatur Central?
All these girls are wonderful kids. Like they really are, especially off the court, because that's what it matters most to us, how you are off the court rather than on the court. We care more about you as a person than we do a basketball player, because the ball is going to stop dribbling one day, but you as a person, you're going to continue on in this life. Whenever I played in college, that was a big thing for me, trying to make sure I stay connected with a lot of my teammates over the years. So yeah, off the court, they're all wonderful kids. They all care about school. Like, they want to do good in school, which matters. They want to do things with the the younger kids, the younger girls that are looking up to them. So they are all great kids. I couldn't praise them anymore, honestly. I can't wait to see where they go in the future, honestly.
Absolutely, absolutely. This team and these girls off the court, they do a lot, especially for the kids and, the way, the camps go and everything like that. These girls enjoy spending time with people. So I'm very, very thankful that we have a team and coaching staff like this. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm Jody, and I'm back with Soraya from the girls varsity basketball team. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So it seems like y'all came off a big win last night. So how are you? How does that feel?
It feels good. We've been, kind of slacking or whatever, but yesterday's win kind of brought us back up and made us more confident to win more.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are really big on winning.
Yeah.
You guys play like a team, of
Yeah.
course. You guys are like a big family, So being mentored by Coach Carruthers, and having great staff around you, I'm pretty sure you guys will get back up at any time. So
Yeah, we will.
So, other than that, what other sports would you play other than basketball?
Probably softball, because I used to play it when I was younger, and I love softball, but I stopped playing like a couple years ago. But probably softball again. Yeah.
Okay, because it seems like you got a lot of power when you shoot that shot. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. So, what food could you eat all the time?
Chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know about chicken Alfredo. For real.
It's so good. I could eat it all day. It's like any type of pasta. It's like I could just
Respectable.
eat it.
Respectable. So, you love the game of basketball or whatever. Who is your favorite player?
I'm gonna probably say either Skylar Diggins from the WNBA or Michael Jordan.
Give some people an insight on that WNBA player. I don't think enough people know.
Well, she plays on the Phoenix Mercury. I don't know. That's really what to say. She's a really good basketball player. She won championships, all that and stuff.
Okay.
And everybody knows Michael Jordan. So,
So yeah, going back all the way, who inspired you to play basketball?
either my dad or my sister, because I didn't like basketball at first. Like I hated basketball. Like I never wanted to play basketball, but they made me want to play like more. Like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has, different inspirations, but having two, is great. So they know the game, you know the game, especially as a high school athlete.
Yeah.
You know, so it's impressive how far your team is going with, the steps that you're taking as a player, as a student, and as a person. So, Decatur Central, we're going to ride with y'all all the way, with you and Coach C, everybody else, so I'm happy for y'all and that win that y'all had last night,
Thank you.
So it was great having you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, everybody, it's Jody back again from Coach's Corner, and today I have Malachi Cunningham from the boys varsity basketball team. Malachi, how are you today?
Good.
Hey, coming off a big blowout win versus the rivals Mooresville, how do you feel about that?
Feel good. We beat them. We all knew they were our rivals, so we came to play.
Seeing like all the flicks and stuff, you feel me? All the photos, seeing the energy that Decatur brought, to Mooresville's, house or whatever. And you guys, facing, the adversity and going at it. How did that feel, in that moment?
It felt good. I feel like we all played like we had a point to prove, so it was just everybody was on the same page.
That's good. That's good. Aside from, Mooresville's game, what other sport would you play other than basketball?
Football for sure, and probably baseball. But I don't think I'll play any other two sports besides them.
Seeing like you so tall and lengthy, so I can understand that. What food could you eat all the time?
Probably pizza or like wings. Cause
what kind of pizza though?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni for sure. Pepperoni gas.
Yeah.
We both know it. So who inspired you to play the game of basketball? Because I know, like, being from Gary, Indiana, we big on hooping. So how did that like inspire you? What people inspired you?
I feel like it was really just carried on from my family because like everybody in my family played basketball, so it was just brought down.
Family traditions.
Yeah.
Family traditions. Of course, a lot of what you went through as an athlete, starting from freshman year to now you're a junior, playing varsity sophomore year. How are those transitions, affecting you? How did they really like make you want to play more, or have the game, become different?
I feel like after my freshman year, I started like working out a lot harder and I started growing. So like basketball just became easier for me.
I hope the best for you. Thank you for coming on here today for Coach's Corner. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Adios.
Bye. Hello, everybody. I'm Jody Rouse coming at you from Coach's Corner, and today we have boys varsity basketball assistant coach, Coach Brown. How are you today?
I'm great. Joel Vaughn, how are you? It's great to be in the studio with you finally. You've been working me over for the last couple months. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, it's good to have you here. Coming off a win from Mooresville last week, Friday, how do you feel? How was that?
It was a very intense game, especially for us. We played them over the summer in their league championship. We were in their summer league, and they kind of took it to us. It was a close game for the most part, and then they took it to us at the end. And we didn't have Casey and Aiden Lawson, so kind of a revenge game for our guys. It's already a rivalry to begin with, and then a revenge game for us. And it was very pleasing to see that we were dominant from start to finish, especially guys like Malachi Cunningham, and even to go to the first possession of the game when they win the tip and Eric Hobson decides it's time to guard. And when Eric's sitting down and guarding, you know that it's going to be a long night. So it was fun to be around. Intensity level was high, but just a great performance. We were very pleased from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was just pleased with you guys' performance and how you guys played as a team. You guys are very big on that.
Yes.
especially defense.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. So, my little big brother, Coach Brown, the other varsity assistant, did some research, and right now through the first 5 games, we had another game last night. So the first 5 games, we are averaging defensively, allowing points per game, the lowest total that we have in 30 years so far. So something that we talked about as a staff, and Coach Serb, who's always been a big offensive guy, still is. Not that he hasn't cared about the defensive end. Just kind of told us that he wanted to dive into the defensive end more and kind of make that our identity. And I think the guys have embraced that, especially when you've got guys on our team that are as athletic as we are and long and can cover up spots. So very, very happy with what they've done so far, but not satisfied.
Absolutely. 2-point win last night versus Ritter.
Yes.
Very close game.
Yes.
Key takeaways from last night. What can you tell us?
You're not always going to play your best basketball every night, especially in high school basketball. It's you're gonna have off nights. Big win, big emotional win Friday. Come in, picture day Monday, kind of things a little different. Practice probably wasn't up to the speed that we wanted it to be. But we came in. The boys, I think they competed. It's just sometimes you don't have the best night. But the fact that they hung in there, gave themselves a chance. That's not. I mean, don't let the 1-7 record make you think that Ritter's not very good. They've lost 3 or 4 games at the buzzer, and 2 of them in overtime. So they compete. They play hard. Their coach does a good job mixing up defenses and kind of throwing different things at you. And a big shot by Malachi Cunningham at the end of the game. Kind of getting a little big shot name going for himself. He hit a couple big ones for us last year, another one last night. Doesn't shy away in big settings, wants the ball down the stretch. So Aiden Lawson had a great night. Thankfully, he got on the bus and came to the game with us, because if he wasn't there in the first half, I don't know what that would have looked like. But he's puffing on his inhaler, barely surviving at halftime. But big game from him. Proud of our guys that we stuck with it. And a win's a win at this point. 4-1 sounds a lot better than 3-2. So,
absolutely. They were even talking about it.
Yeah.
Saying that you guys didn't play the best, but as you say, you kind of summed it up as it is.
Absolutely.
But aside from that, Casey Berry.
Yes.
Seeing his role in that Ritter game, he
Yeah.
didn't score as much, but he was on the board
Yes.
for other things. How
Yes.
does that affect your guys' game and help you guys out way more than
It definitely helps. I think in, this being his senior year, his 4th year, this is the best I've probably seen Casey share the ball. Not that he hasn't always been a great passer. It's just in other years he has a scorer's mindset. That's what he's done his whole life. He's very good at scoring the ball. It's why he, more than likely by the time his career ends will be an 1,000-point scorer or close to it. But last night he rebounded well, 6 rebounds, 3 or 4 of them offensively, few assists. He's doing the right things. The ball didn't go through the rim very often. 2 for 10, I think, from the field, 2 for 9. But you're going to have nights like that. Mm-hmm. You're going to struggle. But it's nice to see that he was doing things from the other end, and just very proud of where he's come, how he's playing right now. And I think when he officially gets his basketball legs back under him and he continues to push himself to another gear and buy into that, it will be sky's the limit for the remainder of the season for us.
I mean, absolutely. You guys are so far having a great season. Mm-hmm. You guys are playing as a team. Seems like a lot of communication is on the floor.
Absolutely.
Trusting each other, trusting the coach and everything like that.
Absolutely.
From last season, So these guys like Tyrese and Malachi and stuff stepping up, as juniors, playing varsity last year also, these guys don't shy away, as
Not
you
at all.
said. But, we can't, not talk about, Tyrese and Malachi and Casey, without
Absolutely.
saying Nash,
Absolutely.
You guys, there's your guys' sharpshooter right there.
Absolutely, man. I will say he gives us a dimension that we have not had in the past. We've always had guys that can hit shots. You look back, Javon Tracy could hit shots, but he was also the point guard and initiating the offense and having to do it off the dribble. And I mean, it's nice. You watch any good team, they have a guy that you better be closing out on him. So you either close out on Nash and be close and open up the paint for our guys like Tyrese and Malachi and Casey and Eric and all those guys that can go off the dribble, or don't close out on them and you see what happens, in the second half against Mooresville. You just catch fire and go 4 for 5. So let's just say I'm happy he's on our team. So happy he's on our team.
That's good. That's good. That's great. But aside from that, hey, what's your favorite food?
Well, you want my favorite food? Yeah. Well, this dad bod right here, as you can tell, I'm a big Italian guy. So post game meal, we go to Pasquale's as coaches. Either get some pizza or I'll get some spaghetti or something like that. But I'm a big Italian guy, so I'm gonna go with some pasta for sure.
Seeing that you love your guys, but who makes you the most aggravated? Who annoys you the most?
Who gets on my nerves the most? Man, that's hard. Probably Casey, because I've never seen a guy that can be looking at you and not hearing a single word that you're saying better than Casey Berry sometimes. I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just it could be a regular conversation, him or Eric. If I'll be talking to them, they're looking at me, they're hearing it, but I don't know if they're listening to it sometimes. So,
going from coaching, having having one coach being an assistant coach that come up as the head coaching job, and then you becoming the assistant coach. How has these couple years, as a coach in Decatur Central basketball, seeing these guys develop, seeing Tyrese and Malachi and stuff. From freshman year to now, what can you see?
It continues to do this, and if it's doing this, you're doing things right. If it's this or this, that's not very good. So just watching their growth and continue to take steps. We got gym rats, dude. Those guys are in the gym all the time, all the time. They're trying to find ways to get in the gym. And when they're doing that and you've got guys that do that, you have other kids that follow along with them. And that's when your team starts to take another jump. So very pleased with that.
Okay. Other than that, seeing that, these two might be gym rats. Well, actually, they're for sure gym rats. But, they might be a comedic sketch a little bit with the team and everything. So who makes you laugh the most?
Who makes me laugh the most? Alex Serber, probably. Alex Serber, he's a big teddy bear. Always has a smirk on his face. That's just because I've known him since he was a third grader, so that changes. Aiden Lawson can make me laugh as well. There's just something about Aiden. They'll have a look on his face when something happens that just makes you want to laugh. So Aiden and Alec are probably up there for sure.
Seeing that, when there's a game going, you're very vocal.
Yes.
We can hear you from the gym and from everywhere. How does that really help the guys especially on the defensive side?
I don't know if it helps them, but it helps me being able to relieve some stress. So no, I think they know. I try my best. I don't know if I do a good job of it or not. I think they know I love them. I love each player. You don't coach and sacrifice time with your family, especially when I've got 2 little kids and a wife at home, and not love what you're doing and love the guys you're around and the players. You're doing it for them to give them the best experience possible. And to do that, you want to win and be successful on and off the court as young men and as players. So I'm going to push you hard. This world is not easy. It's tough, so they need to be pushed. But you got to do it in the right way. So hopefully they understand that I love you guys, but I'm going to get on you. And I think that kind of pushes them. Sometimes they feed off my energy. Other times I can tell where they just want Coach Brown to shut up. So I try and shut up. So, but I just try and mix it up. So,
I mean, Coach Brown, you absolutely love your job.
Absolutely.
Being, a development coach, also, helping out Coach Lane, in the weight room and everything. So, you're a bit of everything right now.
Yeah.
But that's really all the time that I have with you.
Okay.
And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for letting us get some more time.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Go Hawks. Run as one. And Hawk Block, we'll see you Friday. Big one against the Grizzlies. We need you.